Phishing. You've heard that word before. I don't know. So, when you hear the word phishing, what comes to your mind? Phishing about cryptocurrency. The one that's done to crypto wallets or companies and all that. That type of phishing. And is it spelled? I don't know. Phixing, that type of phishing. Well, I don't know, but let me remind you, it's not only generally on cryptocurrency. Your favorite car, someone could be phishing it, your marriage, your wife, your business, your favorite job, your phone, your house, in as much as people has desire for things, you don't know, as faces different and all that. But this video is not mind blowing. Phishing when it comes to cryptocurrency is the continuous trying of digital wallet, right? Known as cryptocurrency. You may be wondering how is this done? Still on English, right? But I don't know. I would say what happened is you have hook, right? That type of fishing, Fishing with the hook, like with the fish. Aha. So that type of fishing, you go to a pond or river and then you throw the hook. You wait for a catch, right? And some days you might go home empty without having nothing, and it might go on. The duration is not, calculated. Time frame is not exempted in this picture. Like it's way out of it. Unless it's not possible, the possibility is not there, right? Because your wife, your favorite job, or someone could be fishing it and all that. It depends if it gives way. So possibility of a no is there, and so on and so forth. So let's talk about this other fishing and then try if we can give a dimension to this other fishing. So you take your bait, you go to the pond, where you expect a catch. And then this area is generalized in your area of catch, right? So you could be working in impersonation and you could be fishing out your victims in this area. You could be scamming or working, emails or company scams. So you could fishing out your way using the word fishing that is spelled PH. Yes, that is what. So the area of field now it differs, right, in this dimension, but we'll try to see and maintain on the subject of cryptocurrency as an illustration. Digital wallet. I don't know. So you go for a cash, and then what do you expect? You sit down. Sometimes you may use earthworm or crayfish. These two things, but the rivers differs as if the water is salted or it's not. So there are some you use earthworm and throw in the hook. If it's salted, the worms just die. Without a trace and all that. All these can still, generalize systematically the way fishing works in different dimension. That is what I'm trying to say. But if it's not salted water, your worm could be, dangling or shaking on the hook, and then some, educated fish will just be looking at it, that within that one they do, what's this doing, what's this saying, they will not go for a bite. But it's not all the time, because sometimes you could be desperate, the bait or whatsoever that meets you might come at the time when you might be in need. You're desperate for something, you're willing to give it a try, you want to see through, you want to give a help, you just whatsoever led to the instance, right, in this scenario. And then there you go. So but the one that that was desperate for something could just go on, grab the bait, and there you go, you've had your cash. And then let's illustrate it in this other dimension. Let's just say we have 100 cars in a garage, and I'm a car thief, right? So I have all my equipment, for picking a car doors, and in a garage where it's undisturbed and no one is watching, and I just have to try all the doors, from one way to the top. I don't know if there's actually a possibility for a one cash, if there's a 99.8%. I don't know if there's chance of one. I don't know. But I don't know. But in this scenario, but it depends on the constant, right? Trying, consistency. I don't know. It could not be that particular garage, right? In this area we're talking about, it could be another garage. I don't know. Aha. So let's um, the, the things I am saying in this video is not educative. It's not also enhancing this type of activities. You're right. Oh, I forget. I am actually scamming you of your mobile data. So you're free to walk away. It's actually free to say no, and sometimes I don't know if titles could way be more like manipulation for you to watch videos like this and all that, but I don't know what this type of video do is highlight you. So let's talk about this cryptocurrency that we wanted to talk about. So let's just say I've been hearing about cryptocurrency, so I've managed to survive for some time, and after working I want to give it a try, right? I could be a working self-dependent lady in this picture. Gender is not really classified, and then I could decide to try one, cryptocurrency that my money could afford, and then I decide to watch some videos how to set up an account, any digital account. I feel it's secure. Yes, I don't know, because that is what companies that offers I don't know, this type of digital asset, that offers security. I don't know, to secure your asset and all that, but I don't know, but it's also important you do the security yourself. So we'll be talking about this instance where if, but sometimes mistake, but let's just see this. Aha. So then I decided to look for a cryptocurrency. I don't know, but some cryptocurrency have some seed phrase, why some don't. I don't know how it's actually set up, but let's talk about the ones that had seed phrase. And that seed phrase, now I know it's not magically generalized, and how do you call it, someone cannot just figure out the whole 12 or 18 words or 20 as the case may be. Yes, you're right, but that's why you need to keep your seed phrase where no one could tamper or have a look over it, and you don't have to share anyone your secret phrase to this wallet, right? No one, not even your crypto whatsoever and all that. No, you don't have to do it, not even your pastors. No, that's your digital asset, a way of securing your funds with these companies, unless the companies at their own end, aha. But in this area, let's talk about the customer. So I could decide to set any of these cryptocurrency wallet. I remember gender base is not inevitable in this place. It's not exempted, not at all. I could be anyone, but without having the full knowledge of security, I could just, at the set of this account, I could buy a 30,000 or $30 worth of that cryptocurrency, and then just store the seed phrase wherever I could find or remember, without securing it, adding two-factor authenticator. I don't know if it's possible, but someone that has been trying, you never know. My pen. But someone that has been, for a while, consistently with this computer that operates in this type of field, could randomly, I don't know, I don't know if it's possible, but I don't know if I could actually remember these things, but I believe I did it once, setting up a Facebook account, and then using that same phone number as password, right? So with that, so if anyone could just, keep trying, it's not randomly, it's not possible that, I would set up an account, a Facebook account today, and then, someone would just randomly the next day hack the account with the same phone number. It's not, but if randomly someone just walk into it and then there it goes, it automatically belongs to that person, right? So that is just it. But you can say, is that even possible? But if most are still they use in phone number create Facebook till today, so definitely it is possible. Say you some people still create, you understand, these digital assets now, you understand, no even add to authenticator for whatsoever. Some self don't even forget about all these things. So people they will just randomly guess these things. If it take time, you understand, consistently, not for a while, you understand. It is possible now why they call am phishing, get access to your digital cryptocurrency where you don't even forget sef, and there it go. So this one are the areas them about phishing, but I dey say talk say e dey plenty for many areas, as well as marriage, family as well. But this video no dey educative, not at all. The person wey dey even make this video no even sabi anything. Na smoke dey im brain. But wetin go just happen be say if you get this kind type of this kind thing just come dey your head as no dash get money and all that, just dey sometimes to avoid like to interact with people go dey really difficult, because sometimes this kind things dem na where two or three, you understand, gather or come together, you understand. But all this word no be for people wey don rest, you understand. Highest thing na just the talk, they go fit just the talk. So na there I could go end this video on phishing.